So Nuketown is out in Black Ops 4, first for PS4 users and free for everybody. A couple Carnage members partied up, and well, this happened within the first few games.
Oh wait, I got 108. Nuclear and yo, that Chuck. Woo! Let's go, bro. Damn.
Chuck, what'd you get? 108?
Yeah, 108 and a nuke.
Good stuff, man.
Dude, I'm making a Rampart class, dude. What the hell?
Rampart class, you asked? Well, we'll cover you in this video. We got a couple of tips, actually, on class setups that you should definitely be trying after patch 1.05. However, something else came out in this patch that a lot of people aren't too familiar with, and that is an update to the Diamond Rainbow Camo. Let's take a look at it real quick. Alright, now with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump right in to one of the first ever 100 plus kill games plus nuclears on Black Ops 4 Nuketown. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have for you a good old-fashioned Call of Duty gameplay commentary. Today we're going to be taking a look at, like we said in the intro, one of the first ever 100 plus kill gameplays plus a nuclear in the Nuketown map here in BO4. It's a pretty good gameplay. You know, obviously this was one of the very first matches ever playing this map, so the lobbies are of course a little bit more sweaty than desired. So the gameplay is a little bit slower paced than maybe what would occur in a couple of days when it kind of calms down. Everybody knows how the lobbies are a little bit sweaty whenever a new update goes live, and you have to play a little bit more passively if you want to play and perform well, especially with a high scoring gameplay like this one, where Carnage Chuck goes 108 to 5, only 5 deaths, and actually gets enough gun kills to pick up a nuclear as well. One of the very first nuclears on this map. To do that in the first days is definitely pretty impressive, but I did want to note that yes, it is not necessarily A-list gameplay, action-packed, into spawns going absolutely off. It's a little bit more laid back. I wanted to throw that out there so you guys are aware that we're aware as well. So yes, the Nuketown map came out today in Black Ops 4, and it was a little bit late. Everybody was sitting around wondering where this new map is, and you know, the Carnage guys were all sitting in a Discord just kind of waiting for this map to drop when finally it came out, and a couple of the Carnage guys partied up. In this game, you have Carnage AK, you have Carnage Chuck, you have Carnage J-God, you have Carnage Yankee, and it was a good old time just playing some Nuketown when this lobby occurred, and Carnage Chuck managed to pull off a 108 kill gameplay, and at the same time Carnage AK actually pulled off a 104 kill gameplay, but unfortunately was not able to pull off that nuclear, so that's why we are presenting you with this gameplay, because it has that 100 plus title, but also a nuclear, so there's enough gun kills, and it shows off a specific aspect of this update that many people were actually quite unfamiliar with until recently this evening, several hours after the update went live, and it's actually showcased in this video, and that is the brand new Rainbow Diamonds camo. When I say brand new, yes, it was in the game prior to update 1.05. However, they made a substantial update to the camo, making it a lot more vibrant and a lot less black space on the camo. Previously, the camo had a lot of black space on it. Now it is a lot more consumed by the rainbow colors moving throughout the camo, and it looks a ton better. So you'll see it on the Rampart in this gameplay. And also real quick, I wanted to preview it here. You can see it getting inspected. It's very clear and shows off the camo quite well. Looks fantastic, and props to Treyarch for realizing that the camo could use a little bit of a buff and updating it in such a way that makes the camo look so much better. So let's give them a little round of applause for that. But yes, guys, a lot changed in this update. The patch 1.05 was quite impressive, and a lot of things changed for the better, in my opinion. I'm really impressed with this update specifically because of how much it included, not only in the multiplayer experience, but also in the blackout experience in Zombies. Zombies got a massive update. So if you're a Zombies fan, a lot has changed, a lot is fixed. And on top of that, the multiplayer experience not only received, you know, its buffs, its changes to camos, and, you know, the specialist changes, all that kind of stuff, but also behind the scenes, a lot of stability issues were addressed and those were fantastic as well. We actually made a video that I'll link down in the description below, and you can also see in the card up above if you guys want to check out that video afterwards. We detail all the most important things that you should know in this update. Lots to change, and we're actually going to be addressing some of those weapon changes in today's video, where it's only appropriate a high kill gameplay, a very good gameplay with a nuclear. We want to highlight some of those class setups that you should definitely be trying out after patch 1.05. A lot of weapons got nerfed, a lot of weapons got buffed, so you should know what's going on so that you can change up your class setups accordingly to perform better in game. So let's go ahead and start off with the Rampart. Obviously, the Rampart is being utilized in today's gameplay, and there's a reason why, because this weapon definitely got buffed. It's in fact a very good weapon. So here's the detail. The Rampart 17 received a reduced idle sway, slightly reduced recoil of first and third shots, so better first shot accuracy, and an increased 4-hit kill range by 3 meters in multiplayer only, obviously. So those were the specific changes to the weapon. However, this is the class setup that we're going to recommend for you. I'll put up on screen one variation of this class setup, and I'm going to explain a couple of things that you can change. So in this class setup, you have the dual zoom scope. That's one thing that's not being utilized in this gameplay, but I will be talking about that. You also have high caliber 1 and 2. You have a long barrel and then grip. Now, in this gameplay, Carnage Chuck is using, instead of high caliber, he is using the FMJs, and the FMJs are fantastic, and you'll see several times in this gameplay him utilizing those additional benefits of having those attachments on when he's sitting in mid-map and he's taking out enemies that are hiding up in the buildings behind the walls. He does it several times, and it really works out in his favor to build up those streaks a lot faster. So definitely, if you want to try out those FMJ attachments, I would recommend it. Now, there's a reason why we're going to recommend to you the dual zoom scope. The reason being is, although it's an odd scope to use, and typically you don't use it in fast-paced gameplay, in Black Ops 4, the dual zoom scope makes your weapon a literal laser beam. Literally a laser beam. Zero recoil. It's phenomenal. It takes away recoil entirely, and in fact, a member in this video, KARNAGEclan, made an entire video showing exactly how it works, and that it's probably one of the most overpowered and quote-unquote broken features in the game, and honestly should be nerfed. I'll link that video down below if you guys want to check that out by KARNAGEclan. So if you don't want to use that scope, don't worry about it. Just use the simple iron sights. They're very good on the Rampart, and if you don't like that and you can control your recoil well, then you don't need it, and the grip obviously will be enough. On top of that, you can use the acoustic sensor, which of course is very good. It can let you know where enemies are, where they're coming from, if they're nearby. Dead silence is also a good perk to use. Scavenger if you want to go for those high kill streaks. But another weapon that was changed is the MX9. Now, the MX9 really received a buff and is honestly a lot better than previous. The specific changes to the weapon are the adjusted 5-hit kill range up to 6 meters and a slightly increased ADS move speed. So this weapon will perform a lot better in its damage, and also will perform better as an SMG as it has that increased ADS speed now. And the attachments that I would recommend are as such. The Elo sight is definitely good. I honestly think that the iron sights are good enough, but if you need help with them and you don't like the iron sights on the MX9, definitely throw on the Elo. It's the best out of all of the optics. You got extended on there, you got FMJ, and you got long barrel, which is very good to use on SMGs because obviously SMGs are not known for their ranges, so if you throw that long barrel on, it will help you at those longer encounters. We got stim shot on that because obviously you want to be playing, because obviously as an SMG, you're going to be playing faster and in the face of the enemy in their spawns, so you want to be able to heal as fast as possible. We got scavenger, we got dexterity, and we got dead silence. Definitely try out the MX9, guys. The buff has made it better. Next up, we have another SMG, and that is the Spitfire. We got the hybrid extended mags, and stock, as well as quick drop. This weapon is brutal when you're up in the face of the enemy, especially with these attachments. This class setup specifically is made for the fastest of the fastest engagements, right up in the enemy spawns, just absolutely tearing them apart. Obviously, with the incredibly high rate of fire that the Spitfire has, you can destroy them in that regard, but having extended mags is only better. Being able to reload faster, fantastic. Then you got the quick draw, which obviously you'll be able to beat your enemy to aiming on them as fast as possible. And then of course, stock, you're able to really move around corners effectively and efficiently and obviously strafe back and forth when you're getting in gunfights. Stim shot is the gear being utilized, and then the scavenger and dead silence perks. Then finally, guys, a gun that we really wanted to highlight in today's video is the Swordfish. The Swordfish probably got one of the best buffs in this patch. This gun is insane. Patch notes for the Swordfish read slightly reduced delay between bursts, so it shoots faster, reduced idle sway, and the Penta Burst operator mod. For that mod, it now implements standard burst delay, so that's a little bit of a nerf, but trust me, the weapon is better. Here's the class setup that we're going to recommend for you guys. We have obviously the optic attached, which is really necessary for this weapon. Do not use the default optic for the Swordfish. It is not good. We have the quick draw 1 and 2, which will make this weapon god tier. Trust for that. That is probably the best combination you can have for the Swordfish. And then of course we have the Penta Burst operator mod, and it is just the Penta Burst operator mod is probably the most essential part, even though it got a little nerfed, is the most essential part for this class setup. The Swordfish is in need of that. It makes the Swordfish really good, and if you're not using it already, try it out for a couple games and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. On top of that, we have the acoustic sensor, you got your perks, and this weapon will do its work. Try it out, guys. Let me know down in the comment section below how it treats you. But anyways, that is pretty much it. Hopefully you enjoyed this gameplay and that newly updated rainbow diamond camo. It looks so much better. I'm so glad they made that adjustment to this camo because it was cool to begin with, but there was definitely too much black space and it was a little bit dull. Now it looks so good. It's honestly probably one of the best camos in the game, right up there with Dark Matter. A lot of people are even debating on whether or not it's better than Dark Matter. It looks better. It's more bright and vibrant and happy looking. So definitely a competitor for the Dark Matter camo. But anyways, guys, make sure to drop a like on today's video. Subscribe to the Carnage channel if you are new. Turn on post notifications. And tomorrow, we're going to have some fantastic videos, some team-based Nuketown videos for you guys where you're not going to see content like it anywhere else on YouTube. I'm really excited for these videos. Check back on them. And of course, the team challenge on Friday, guys. I literally don't think you're going to believe what we've done. I really don't think you're going to have no idea. The plans changed, by the way. We had one idea of what we were going to do, so that will have to be next week's. But this week, it's unbeatable. It's insane. So hopefully you guys enjoy the videos coming up, and I'm really excited for you to see them. Without further ado, hopefully you're having a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.